Good morning to all of you. I welcome all of you to your favorite EduSword program. I also wish a fine day for all of you. Dear students, today we have to discuss summary writing and report writing. You remember one thing, these two subjects have been introduced to only 2-3 years back in your question papers. First you see what is a summary writing. In nutshell we can say a summary is a condensed version of the original passage. Condensed means a short version of the original passage, report, chapter or any book or letter or speech. So dear students, now you see on the screen, please you see there are two small paragraphs. One is a man called Prabhat. A man called Prabhat who was very intelligent, no less handsome, was a great actor, a man to have won millions of hearts. This is a very small sentence, and in this sentence there are 23 words. Again you try to read. A man called Prabhat who was very intelligent, no less handsome, was a great actor, a man to have won millions of hearts. There should be a comma just after actor. So then you see, please come to the second sentence. Prabhat was very intelligent, handsome and a heart-winning actor for millions. You compare these two sentences. From the meaning point of view, these two sentences have same meaning, but the first sentence consists of 23 words when the second sentence consists of 12 words. So now you see, so the first sentence is a longer than the second one. So now you see, do these two expressions mean the same? Yes. Which of these expressions is short? The second one. How do you know the second expression is short? We know the second expression is short because when the first expression consists of 23 words, the second expression consists of only 12 words. So the short form is given in a sentential form, is shortening. Shortening means condensing possible in a paragraph or a passage. Can we make a big paragraph short without changing the original meaning? No doubt. If so, how? Yes, we can change a longer sentence into a short without changing the original meaning, because just now we compared the two sentences. A man called Prabhat who was very intelligent, no less handsome, was a great actor, a man to have won millions of hearts. That sentence consisted of 23 words, but the second sentence, we change the second sentence into very short form or condensed form. Prabhat was very intelligent, handsome and a heart-winning actor for millions. So that sentence consisted of 12 words. So condensing is possible at all levels. And here is a paragraph for you. Please read it very carefully. Now you see what is there in that paragraph. Please, I am reading that paragraph very slowly. You try to understand what is there in that paragraph. With my preparation for another trial, I, means Gandhiji, made an effort to simplify my life still further. I had before me examples of a much simpler living. I came across a fair number of poor students living more humbly than I. Again, try to understand. With my preparation for another trial, I made an effort to simplify my life still further. That means Gandhiji tried to maintain or to live a simple life. I had before me examples of a much simpler living. I came across a fair number of poor students living more humbly than I. Gandhiji came across some poor students. They lived in a miserable condition, but they accepted that standard of life. I felt I could surely have one room instead of two. At first, Gandhiji decided instead of using two rooms, to use one room and cook some of my meals at home. He decided instead of taking food at outside, he decided to cook food or to cook some of his meals at home. That would be a saving of 4 to 5 pounds each month. If cooking is done at home, it is no doubt it will be less expensive. So Gandhiji felt that. I gave up the suite of rooms. So Gandhiji left one room and rented one. Instead, invested in a stove and began cooking my breakfast. So what did Gandhiji do? He bought a stove and began cooking his breakfast at a home. The process scarcely took me more than 20 minutes, for there was only oatmeals, porridge to cook and water to boil the cocoa. It means Gandhiji prepared one kind of a porridge by using oat. You know what is oat? Oat is a cereal like wheat and maize. I had lunch out and for a dinner, bread and cocoa at home. So now Gandhiji prepared his lunch at a home. Thus I managed to live on a shilling and 3 pence a day. So what did Gandhiji do? He managed by using only a shilling and 3 pence a day. This was also a period of intensive study. Plain living saved me plenty of time. Due to plain living, Gandhiji saved plenty of time and I passed my examination. So now, my dear students, try to understand this passage properly and you underline the important points what Gandhiji has stated here. First of all, you see, please show me the same paragraph, please. Now you see, in this paragraph, please you see, in one line, a simpler living. It is in second line, please you see, simpler living. Here you can underline that is simpler living is one important point, Gandhiji took another trial to simplify his living. This is one important point. When you will make this a paragraph into a short form, into a condensed form, first of all, you should know or you should select which are the important points. From this simpler living, it is understood Gandhiji took another trial to simplify his living. Okay. And then you see, please you come, there is word rented one. Means Gandhiji gave up the suite of rooms. Gandhiji actually at first took 2 rooms, but later he decided to maintain a simple life, for which he gave up 1 room or 1 suite, and he maintained his life in 1 suite. That is called rented one. Rented one, you can find rented one. Yes, that is right. 2 is there, please you see. That is called rented one. And then you come to next one, point 3. And he prepared his breakfast or food, or he first bought a stove and cooked his breakfast. That is the third point. Third important point, that is breakfast at home. He bought a stove and cooked his breakfast. Then come to the another important point, that is he had lunch outside but dinner at home. What did he do? Dinner. I had a lunch out, and for a dinner bread and cocoa at home. This is a very important point. So Gandhiji had a lunch outside but dinner at home. That is the 4th important point. Then next you see 5th important point. 5th important point is what? Here you see he managed to live on a shilling and 3 pence. On a shilling and 3 pence. That is the important point in this paragraph. And the last one you see, he got time for intensive study and passed his examination. That is the last one. Gandhiji passed the examination because he got time for intensive study. So now you see, this is a very long paragraph. But what we did here? First of all, we selected some important points from this paragraph. So now you see, what are the important points did we select? Gandhiji took another trial to simplify his living. You try to remember simpler living. We underlined simpler living. So here the sentence is, Gandhiji took another trial to simplify his living. And secondly, we underlined he left 1 room and kept 1 room. Instead of living in 2 suites, he remained or he lived in 1 suite. So the second sentence, he gave up the suite of rooms and rented 1. Now you see, in the third point, we discussed he bought a stove and cooked his breakfast at home. And in the fourth one, here you see, Gandhiji had lunch outside. We underlined dinner. Gandhiji prepared Gandhiji ate bread and cocoa, and he had lunch outside but dinner at home. And in fifth, we underlined, he managed to live on a shilling and 3 pence a day. He got time for intensive study and passed his examination. Dear students, here you see from the we selected 6 important points from the given paragraph, and by jotting down these important 6 points we can make a short paragraph. That short paragraph is called what? That means we condensed, and our answer will be Gandhiji in his another trial decided to live on a simple life, and Gandhiji in his another trial decided to live a simple life like many other poor students. He gave up 2 rooms and rented one. He cooked his simple breakfast and dinner, but took lunch outside. Thus he could save much money and had ample time to study. As a result, he passed the examination. Now, my dear students, you see how a long paragraph or longer paragraph now changed into a short paragraph. And you remember another thing, after writing or after precising the longer paragraph into a short one, you must give a title to the short paragraph. Here I have given 2 titles for this short paragraph or for this passage. First one is Gandhiji's plain living, and the second one is Gandhiji's frugality. Do you know frugality means living in a very short price or less price? That means spend money what is very essential. Gandhiji's frugality. So you can title this passage, this passage in this manner, and then you see what is done for summarization. Just, my dear students, now you marked what I did. I read the passage once or twice, then I selected the important points from the past paragraph, from the passage, given passage. Then I made the précis of the given passage. So what you will do when you are going to summarize a long paragraph? At first, work of note making is done. Then the work of summarizing is done. So what is done in note making? Read the text thoroughly by reading and rereading. First of all, you try to read that. First of all, you try to read that passage over and over again till you understand the passage. So, note making, reading the text thoroughly by reading and rereading, and identifying the main ideas through underline and supporting details. That means you select the keywords, which words are very important in that passage. You identify the important words in that passage, and then you underline them. Use colored pens for different ideas, especially for main ideas. In your examination it is not possible, but you underline those important points by using your pen, or if you have colored pens, you also color them, then condense the main ideas and supporting details by using numbers. Example, now you see, suppose in the passage there is a word 9, and if it is 9, but instead of writing 9, you can use digit, one digit, that is 9. That is one example. Similarly, short substitution. What can you do? Substitution means settle. Substitution. Suppose that means reducing a word into a small form. Reduction. There is a word in your passage, reduction. Instead of a reduction, you can use cut, the same thing, reduction cell, cut cell. The shop is giving, the reduction cell is going on, or cut is going on. Instead of a reduction, you can use cut, that is called short substitution. And then you see reducing verb forms. Suppose that there is were killed. The mice were killed, or the birds were killed by the hunters. You can use killed instead of were killed in short form. And using abbreviations and acronyms. Here you see please some example you can understand. You can use abbreviations and acronyms. Acronyms means you know what is abbreviation. British Sports Council's BSc. B stands for British, A stands for Sports, Council stands for C stands for Councils. That is BSc. World Health Organizations, that is called WHO, and another word is there, that is called United Nations Children's Fund, or that is in short that can be UNICEF, United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, that is called UNICEF. So anyway, all these are written in the first two is written in abbreviation, but the last one, the third one, is written in acronyms. By using first two letters, you can also condense a long page, and using some initial letters. Here you see government. Instead of writing government, you can use got. It is in condensed form. Similarly, instead of writing external, you can use EXRNL. That means external. So these are some of the examples how you can turn a longer word into a short word. Okay? First you remember, condense the main ideas and supporting the details. As for example, by using numbers, instead of a 9 you can use 9, and by use through substitution, instead of a reduction you can use cut, and reducing verb forms, instead of using were killed you can use killed. Similarly, using abbreviations and acronyms, British Sports Council, BSc, World Health Organization, WHO, United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, that is called UNICEF, and using some initial letters like GOT for government, EXRNL for external, and besides these, using a suitable format. See, what formats you can use here through flowchart or algorithm, and then tree diagram, then by using pie chart or table double matching and a matrix. Perhaps from this T diagram, it is not possible for the part of you can understand all these things. First you see one by one what is algorithm. Using a suitable format. These are the formats. Flowchart or algorithm is a format. Tree diagram is a format. Pie is a format. Table double matching and matrix is also format. And in these formats, you can make a longer sentence or a longer paragraph into a short one. How you see? There is one algorithm. When there is need of a sequence, use flowchart or process chart. And please you see, suppose you have studied in your class 9 about Janki, CN Janki. Take the flowchart of CN Janki. Janaki, if we make one flowchart of CN Janki, how can we make it? You please see, I am writing it on the blackboard. This is whiteboard, please you see. Suppose the topic is, we can write something about Janaki. You know about Janki? You have studied that in your class 9. Janki struck by polio. Here you see, first thing is Janaki struck by polio. This is a flow chart. And what happened? Handicapped by legs. Handicapped by legs. Though she suffered from polio, she struck by polio and handicapped by legs. Then while she was handicapped, at that time she dreamed to swim the English Channel. So the next point is dreamed to swim the English Channel. English Channel. Then you see please, reported, so while she dreamed to swim the English Channel, what did she do? She informed or reported. She reported to English Channel Swimming Association. Swimming Association. Then you see, kept two conditions. The Swimming Channel Association kept two conditions. Kept two conditions. Okay. Then what are those two conditions? To spend 10 hours to spend 10 hours in water. This is one condition. And what was the second condition? To do marathon swimming. To do marathon swimming. It was the second condition. And what did she do? Began training in to spend 10 hours in water. She began training in Bangalore. Began training in Bangalore. She began training in Bangalore. Then you see, she became able to swim. For now, became able to swim 10 hours. And here you see, to do marathon swimming, what did she do? Training in Arabian Sea. She took training in Arabian Sea. And then she learned to spend long hours in water. Learned to spend long hours in water. So now you see, dear students, you have studied the topic a swimmer who does not need her legs, and that is about a handicapped girl, and that the name of that girl is Janki, and that is a very long story. You studied it in your class 9. So now you see, in this diagram, in this flow chart or logarithm, how the whole story is written in a very short form. Janki is the important character or main character. What happened? Janaki was struck by polio in her childhood days. And while she suffered from polio, her legs were crippled. And then Janki dreamed to swim the English Channel. So what did she do? She wrote a letter to the English Channel Swimming Association for permission, and that association made 2 conditions to give permission to CN Janki. What were those 2 conditions? Those 2 conditions were kept 2 conditions: to spend 10 hours in water, first condition. The second condition was to do marathon swimming. Marathon swimming means to swim in the channel for a long time at a stretch. That is called to do marathon swimming. So what did Janaki do to spend 10 hours in water? Janaki began training in Bangalore, and then he became able to swim 10 hours in the sea or in water. And what was the second condition? How did she make or fulfill the second condition of the English Channel Authority? She made training in Arabian Sea. Then she learned to spend long hours in water. Okay? Now her training finished, and then she went to the English channel, or how she became success, you know. So now you see that is a very big story. More than in that story you can find 1000 above words. But through this diagram, through this flow chart, the total story is explained in a nutshell. So this is called one type of summary writing. Okay. So now you will see please another pattern of a summary writing, that is called a tree diagram. Tree diagram, in this pattern you can also prepare tree diagram. Then you see pie chart. What is pie chart? Kindly show me slide please. Pie chart. Pie chart means a process chart. Here is a pie chart for you. If you will go to exhibitions, suppose agricultural exhibitions, any exhibition, suppose you go to a hospital where you can find how many patients suffered from dengue or in malaria last year, that can be showed in a pie chart. And a pie chart means a process chart. Here you see there is a pie chart for you, and from this pie chart it is understood 80% work as a teachers. Suppose in your village you made a survey, how many persons work as a teachers. Suppose 80% work as a teachers, 12% work as a government servants, 20% work as a laborers, 5% work as a doctors, 40% work as a farmers, and 5% work as a lawyers. That is a small mistake. LAWYERS, lawyers, not LAWERS. That is a printing mistake. 5% work as a lawyers. This is from this pie chart, it is understood this is also a pattern of a condensed form. Instead of writing 80% work as a teachers, 12% work as a government servants, we can express all these things through this pie chart. Then table double matching. Suppose there is a question, in this manner you can write down a car, vehicles and wheels. A car has 4 number of wheels, motorcycle 2, truck either 4, 6, 10, 12, 16, bus has also 6. This is called table double matching. If question comes in your examination paper, how many wheels have different vehicles, you write down. If you write down a scooter or a moped or a scooty or a bike has 2 wheels, a car has 4 wheels, a truck has 6 wheels, 10 wheels, 12 wheels. In this manner if you write down, it will take a long time. But through this table double matching, you can express it very easily. Then you see matrix. What is matrix? Here is a matrix for you. Suppose sellers. There are 3 types of sellers have been mentioned here. One is greengrocer. What objects do the greengrocers sell? Vegetables and fresh. What are they like? They are fresh. Who will buy them? Family members. The persons who have a family, they can buy vegetables and fruits. Then you see cloth merchant. And what objects do they sell? Clothes and dresses or garments. And what are they like? New, colorful. And who will buy them? Family members. Then medicine sellers. Objects, medicine. And what are they like? we cannot express it what are they like, because they are liquid, they are hard. There are lots of answers here. So that is called composition period of use. Okay. Then you see, who will buy them? Patients will buy them. Okay. So now steps to be followed for summarizing. Please you see, first reading and rereading the text thoroughly, making note of the title if title is not given, making a note of the introductory matter, making a note of the middle and closing paras, jotting down all the main points in note making form, using a single word or a small page for a long expression, omitting examples, illustrations and exaggerations, using simple language of your own, not copying words and sentences as they are in the original text. Don't try to copy the original sentence from the given paragraph, not adding any views of personal feelings. Okay. So this is, in this matter, you can make a good summary writing. Now please come to the report writing. Okay. First of all, you should know what is a report writing. A report is a description of an event or an experience or study of a problem or issue, usually in the written form, prepared for the information of someone else. There are also occasions when we have to write reports to be sent to someone to read or to the mass media for publicity. Suppose you observed Independence Day in your school campus. How did you observe the Independence Day in your school campus? You will make a report and you send it to your friend. That is report writing. Sometimes what happens, some authorities, some important officers give direction to their subordinates, go to a spot and give report. Sometimes the police officers, suppose inspector in charge of a police station, sent a sub-inspector or sent a constable to go to the spot where the incident has happened, you make a report. And sometimes what happens, the newspaper reporters, press correspondents, they prepare report. So here there are two texts for you, you read them carefully. First of all, you see, the chief minister meets the press. Here is an extract of a CM's conversation with a reporter. You know, class 9th you studied a conversation between Frank Vizard and Cernan. The topic is an interview with the last moonwalker. In that topic, you have seen the Frank Vizard, a reporter, had asked some questions to Cernan, the last moonwalker, and Cernan is giving reply. So here the same thing. The chief minister, suppose our chief minister, Mr. Naveen Patnaik, meets the press, and here reporter asks our chief minister, Mr. Chief Minister, the activities of the Naxalite have of late increased in the state, especially in Koraput, Malkangiri, Sundargarh, Balangir, Baragad. What has your government been doing? This was the question of the reporter. So what did your CM gave the reply? Instructions have been issued to the police to deal more effectively with them. We are also planning to increase the strength of the police in vulnerable areas, you have said. And a reporter again asked, we have reports that the encounters in which Naxalites are killed are very often faked by the police. CM, Chief Minister, I am not aware of any such reports. If specific instances are brought to my notice, I shall inquire into them. This was the question of, this was the answer of the CM. And the last question was, do you think the police alone can solve this problem? The CM gave the reply, no, the police will keep eyes on law and order part of the problem. My government is trying to improve the lot of the tribals through welfare schemes. This has started having its impact. The government has an open mind on this question. I am prepared to hold talks with any Naxalite leader provided he gave up violence. This was the answer of the CM. So, dear students, now you see this news. Now the reporter asked some questions and the chief minister gave the reply in this manner. The next morning, the news came on the newspaper. How did the news came on the newspaper? Please you see here. The Odisha Bhubaneswar CM, the heading is CM ready to talk to Naxalite. Means CM, Chief Minister, ready to talk to Naxalite. Bhubaneswar, July 5th. That was the discussion, that was the conversation between the reporter and the Chief Minister. Now news came on the newspaper. What news came? Now you see. The Odisha Chief Minister, Mr. Naveen Patnaik, today expressed his readiness to hold talk with any Naxalite's leader provided he gave up violence. Addressing a press conference here in Bhubaneswar, Mr. Patnaik said that the government had an open mind on this issue. Answering a spate of questions on the increased Naxalite activities in the state, especially in Koraput, Malkangiri, Sundargarh, Balangir and Bargarh, the Chief Minister said that the government was trying to improve the lot of tribals and other backward people through various welfare schemes. This has started having its impact, he claimed. Mr. Patnaik said, instructions have been issued to the police to deal more effectively with the Naxalites. The strength of the police in the vulnerable areas was being increased. The Chief Minister denied knowledge of any fake encounters. If specific instances are brought to my notice, I shall inquire into them. So now you see all these things. The discussion, first a conversation made between the reporter and the Chief Minister. And the next morning, the news came in this manner. So what difference do you find between these two texts? Please you see, report writing is brief. It is not meant for the reporter, but meant for others. The first paragraph of the report reflects the most important points. It is divided into some short paragraphs and each paragraph contains a sub-idea. The report uses reporting verbs like said, expressed, the hope, claimed, denied, etc. The speech of the person interviewed changes into the reported form. The reporter keeps some actual words of the interview. So now you see what are the other materials which we can report in the same way. This is one report just now we discussed. What are the other materials? A newspaper extract of a press conference. Okay, just we discussed that is a press conference of the Chief Minister. And a writing dialogue. Sometimes we write in a writing dialogue. A meeting who said what in the, a meeting means what the chief guest, what the president, what the other guest or the chief speaker spoke or delivered in that meeting, that is also reported. An event or development. Suppose sometimes the direction is given, you write what a development has been taken place in your school or in your study, and a conversation. Sometimes we also prepare report on experiment, and we also prepare a report on a study, case study. Suppose you visited your village and you prepared a report how many persons in your village work in agriculture, work in schools or colleges, work in government officials, you prepare report. Sometimes you also prepare report on agriculture. How many coconut trees are there in your village? What is the total production of coconuts? In this manner, lots of reports are prepared. Then you see, please, what are the other materials? The next question is, what are the principles? What are the principles to write a good report? The contents of a report should contain the most important information logically arranged. The content should be presented in an interesting manner. A good report should be brief, leaving out unnecessary details. The language should be its contents, content-based language. The expression should be simple and clear. The use of the passive is prepared for impersonal ascertain and a routine report. Here you see, besides that, there is also another report that is called a routine report. Mr. Sagarika Ratha. This is also a report. Mr. Sagarika Ratha is a lecturer in the Department of Correspondence course of Utkal University, Bani Vihar. The head of the department, Dr. S. Patnaik, asked her for a report on the number of candidates who were enrolled for various courses, discontinued, appeared for the examination passed, etc. in the year 2013-14 and 2014 and 15. This is the question. Here are two reports prepared by Mr. Sagarika. Both contain the same information. Here you see, please, report 1, how Sagarika Ratha prepared the report. At first she prepared the report. There were 536 candidates in our MA courses. Last year 52 discontinued their studies and 112 failed the final examination. For our BA courses there were 1408 candidates. Of these 234 discontinued and 503 failed. There were 627 candidates on our BCom courses. 58 of these discontinued and 92 failed. This year 612 candidates have joined the MA courses. Of these 41 have already for the BA course and 43 of the 517 for BCom have dropped out to 2. So now you see, Sagarika Ratha prepared first report in this manner. This is a long manner and it will take long time to read. And how she prepared the second report, you see. Utkal University, Bani Vihar, correspondence course, C course. From Sagarika, S Ratha means Sagarika Ratha. And date 5th July 2015. To the head of the department, subject, candidates on the roles for MA, BA, BCom, 2013-14, 2014-15, courses MA, BA, BCom. Admitted in the year 2013-14, 536, 14-15, 612, 13-14, 52 dropped out, and in the year 2014-15, 41 passed. In the year 2013-14, 372, and in the failed in the year 2013-14, 112. In similar manner, BA become has been mentioned. Okay. Now, dear students, in this manner, you can also prepare a report. So, some important questions on report writing you can find in your examination. A report on your annual sports day. Write a report on television serial award for best TV serials. Prepare a report on keep the city clean. Draft a report on the river flood. A report how a jewelry shop looted. A report a serious bus accident. A report on train accident. A famous grand car festival what we recently observed. A report on a blood donation camp. In this manner, you can find lots of questions, and one question will come in your examination. So now, if you have any problem, please ask me question, and very little time in your hand, 3 minutes, and we shall try our best to solve your problems. Any question? Dear students, we discussed summary writing, how to write summary beautifully or nicely, and how to prepare a report nicely. Okay? Any problem if you have, please ask me question. Any question? In summary writing, first you start reading the passage once or twice. Secondly, pick out the theme. Thirdly, devise a brief reading. Fourthly, list out the main points. And next, draft a summary from the main points. Then, number of words, try to condense them in short form. Then, you make a final check. Read for style, grammar, and finish the summary and give the title of this summary. And in this manner, you can prepare a good summary. Similarly, to write a report, what you will do? Report writing is the description of an event or an experience or study of a problem or issue, usually in written form, prepared for the information of someone else. So there are also occasions when we have to write reports to be sent to someone to read out to the mass media for publicity. In short, a report is the detailed account of something seen, heard, or done. So the contents of a report should contain the most important information, logically arranged and presented in an interesting manner.